Let's go. Yeah. Man, this is getting ugly. It's getting spooky out here. Oh, man. Say it ain't so. No, say it ain't so, man. Welcome to Stand on the Media. Yeah. We in the building, man. Let's go. Yeah, man, this is what they call when the chickens come home to roost. Yeah, the feds ain't gonna be able to save you, boy. Oh, yeah. Salute the turtle, man. Salute to Mars. We glad Mars is in good health. You know? Salute the turtle and Mars. We hope everything is going great. You said that Mars is, he's doing better. So salute to that brother right there, man. Salute the turtle. He said, Wack, I hope you listening. Your days are numbered, sir. So, Big U might get his revenge after all, the way he always wanted to get it. Imano. Man, free Big U, man. I hope Big U walk up out of that place, man. But in the event that he don't, he might get that consolation prize. Yeah, CS2 back. Your days is numbered, sir. Turtle said, that's a fact. You hear me? Do you hear me? Salute, man. Welcome to Stand on the Media, man. We in the building, man. Best news I've heard all day. Breaks my heart, man, how they did Big U, bro. Breaks my heart, because that's coward shit. And we all know it. If you want to, commit, you want to fight against crime and, clean up the streets, I ain't mad at that. That's what you want to do. You can change your life. Just because you started one way don't mean you got to end that way. But it's not what you did, it's how you did it. And it is what you did. Because when you join gangs, man, I'm only talking California politics. Once you own, you forever own. And there's a code, there's an ethic that you have to stand by, that you have to represent, that you have to obtain and maintain. And you broke the code so many different ways. You ain't even considered a house nigga. I don't even know what to call you, Wack. You foul, but Joe, Turtle, in the words of Turtle, your days are numbered. What my man say? He said, attempted murder. You a public figure who be out here gang banging. So you gang banging, yeah. Man. Some type of gang banging act, I want to play the video. I want to play the video so bad, man. I don't want to get in trouble with SBGBTV, so salute to SBGBTV. He got the content, hour and 15 minutes in. That's when Turtle calls. And he tells him, man, Wack ain't got over shit. And the feds can't save you, sir. You committed a crime and Adam going down. So I asked the question, maybe that's why Adam got asked to come in. Maybe it ain't had nothing to do with the. Because think about it. What does the Nipsey Hussle thing got to do with anything? We all know Loose Cannon is lying about that. You can't trust nothing these dudes say or do. They brought that whole situation with that young man, rest in peace, by the way. They brought that to the app, but tried to play it off at first like the family did. Then Wack turns around and tells on himself and say, no, I dropped it on the 100 side. In our new little crime room that we got on the 100 side, because we know we got all these rooms, yeah, that the feds is listening to daily. That's a fact. You ain't got to believe me. That's a fact. So he brought it there. So then that's the media. So then he lobs it on over there to 600. And 600 runs the play. That's what these dudes do. That's what they did. So we can't take their word for nothing. I don't even want to hear it. Man, look. This is Spooky Johnson, man. I hope Big U is in good spirits, brother. I hated the way they went about it. That shit is bitch shit. Bitch made niggas. I'm a strong supporter of having, everybody has a voice and they have a right to speak your voice, but maybe this is where you got to put some restrictions into play. Because just because you got a voice and notoriety don't mean you can just go out here and just spew bullshit like you do. But I'm going to ask the question again, just in case you didn't watch my other video. How do we know for a fact that was the family that was on that phone? That was, I don't want to say the mother, the sister, because he really didn't specify it. At least I didn't catch it. Maybe somebody else did. You could put it in the chat. But I'm going to just stick with the family. How do we know that was even the family on the phone? We know that he fakes FBI calls, right? We know that. We know Hassan Campbell said Big U was on the phone when we was talking. And Wack say, shut your dumb ass up, because me and Big U ain't talked in years. So you had somebody on the phone to play Big U. This dude M.O., man. So how do we know that was that young man? Rest in peace, man. For real. Because he is being used as a pawn in this. They don't give a damn. Let me wake that up. They don't even give a damn about that young man like they acting like they do. Let's be real. They using that as a pawn, as leverage. Wack been knowing about that this whole time. Ain't never spoke on it. If it's really about him, introduce the family to the world. Let us get to know the family so we can get an understanding of who this young man was outside of Big U. Bring the family to social media then. You already brought them in way of a call that was allegedly not supposed to be dropped. These niggas think we stupid. That wouldn't. I'm gonna say on the record, I don't think that was the family at all. It was one of those fake 33 plays that he be running, bro. One of them fake plays he be running, them smoke and mirrors he be doing. I don't know if that was the escalate, the indictment. If they told him to do it, I really don't know. But you working, bro. So we passed that. Like I don't even want to keep saying that. Like we know. Like it's, when you know, in the words of Mark Stevens, when you know, you know. And then let's not forget he told us himself.
But then again, you know how the feds work. We don't care how many chickens or turkeys you pass out. Yeah. We don't care how many book bags you done passed out. What we care about is these wiretaps. We care about these confidential informants. And we care about your actions within the means of the law.
I heard that. So look, man, I'm gonna play this video. Point Shoot just dropped. Salute to Point Shoot, man. Man, look, salute to Point Shoot, man. If Munchie B is the mayor, he gotta be the deputy. Right? Ain't that what they call him anyway? The deputy? Salute to everybody in the chat though. Salute to y'all, man. I'm just over here doing my thing, man. So I ain't really, had a chance to tap in with the chat, man. But salute to everybody that pulled up. Salute to everybody in the chat, man. Salute to everybody. Y'all family to me. Anybody that supports Stand on the Media, y'all automatically family to me. Swear to God. You know what I'm saying? Straight up, we family. We cousins. Just know that. You know what I'm saying? I can't do it no other way, bro. I can't do it no other way. I don't want no friends. I'm 43. I don't need friends. I just need family, wifey, and foes. Straight up. But look, man, we're going to get the Point and Shoot, right? Because the Point and Shoot break this whole play down. This whole Adam 22 got picked up by the feds. They own him. Let me point this out too. And then we gonna get to the video. Wack told the girl, because I posted a video on my page from Clubhouse. Wack was getting into it with this female, and the female was an attorney, a lawyer. She was on his ass too. So salute to that queen. I'm sorry I didn't get your name. I think it was Kalisa. I could be wrong, but I think it was Kalisa. So if that's your name, salute to you, queen, for real, because you did that. He didn't mean to disrespect you like he did. That dude has an ego complex thing going on. Don't even worry about it. He's short, so that might be what it is. But he told her, he said that she don't know what she talking about. He know everything about it because his legal beagle was the one that took Adam to the feds. Why would Adam need his legal beagle? You saying Adam he can't afford representation? Why would he need your legal beagle? And we all know he the feds, so he might be a different type of legal beagle. But let's get to this video, man. Again, salute the Point Shoot. This Stand on the Media. Let's get it.
All right, so in this video, I want to talk about the 16 of Nashua getting contacted by the FBI. I think this was Tuesday morning. The 16 posted this. He says, "The feds came knocking at my door today. We'll be filling y'all in on what happened to me at 4 p.m. on Wednesday on YouTube." Shortly after this post, he posts a video talking into the camera saying this.
When they showed up, I was wearing a red Nike Tech. Not exactly the definition of fresh. I got a crazy update. I'm going to do the good, diligent podcaster thing, and I'm going to save it for tomorrow at 4 p.m.
So the 16's trying to create hype for his next show. He's saying that he's going to be revealing what the feds told him and everything. So he's plugging his show. He's trying to get that hype. He's desperate for that hype. And so the next morning rolls around, and Three Fingers Wack posts this on his Instagram, talking about they double back on Adam. They got him this morning. Real shit. Oh, and Brick Baby might be in trouble. Do you think Adam is going to tell them what they want to do to bed? And he's, this is fucking stupid. Everyone knew.
Oh, D Twins, we pulling up. I'm putting the paperwork up next. You dig? And I got the shit where it'll automatically read it and all that. So you ain't got to hear me fumbling over words and shit. And we just gonna break down this paperwork. Me and you already been doing it, but we gonna all collectively do it because Wack is in the paperwork. Salute to D Twins for really being the one who breaking that paperwork down for me. Salute to you, bro. Yeah, Wack is all in that paperwork. I said in my other video, this whole indictment, this is a Wack 100 Operation Drawdown indictment. This is Wack's work. He is the orca in this. Go back and watch his interviews with Big U when they was cool on $1 million worth of game. I know it's like another one and maybe like two more, something like that. But the one with $1 million worth of game, go back and rewatch that, and you'll see what I'm saying.
Knew that this was just the 16 trying to go viral. So he put Three Fingers Wack up to posting this in order to get it going viral, which it didn't. Everyone looked at this and said, this is obviously a play. And so Three Fingers Wack took it a step further and tried to double down on this lie. And so later on that day on the No Jumper News, Wack Three Fingers calls in and tells this idiotic lie story to Remo about how his attorney is trying to get the 16 out of custody. This is actually incredibly stupid. Watch this.
What's up, man? I just called my attorney, try to get him down there so Adam don't be doing no telling, bro.
Man, they saying Adam locked up all on the blogs. What's going on?
They came and got him this morning, bro. They doubled back. They came by and we try and have him out.
Adam texts me every day, and I ain't heard from him today.
Listen, he should be free by 2:30.
It is really fascinating to me how Three Fingers Wack has turned himself into a source of laughter. He's a lol cow. No one respects him. And you're going to see in this next clip, Almighty Dodson sort of marks him out for being a lying buffoon. Look at this.
Today, and I ain't heard from him today.
Listen, he should be free by 2:30.
Why? Why 2:30 and why not 2 o'clock?
Well, no, he just said 2:30 at the latest. So
Great question.
I'm telling them, shit. I'm telling them ASAP. I don't want bro to sit
Good looking,
there.
So this was a failed attempt at getting a lie to go viral, and the 16 shamelessly admitted to this.
Second of all, I thought you were locked up, Adam. What's going on?
Nah, that was Cap. Yeah, that was Cap. But
So the 16 admits that that was just a fake publicity stunt to get hype around this next podcast, which featured these guys from Long Beach who call themselves the Viral Way Podcast. What? Now, I want to be clear. They are far from viral.
the Viral Way podcast, who, believe it or not, we were already planning on having them
so the
on.
16 participates in a hoax to overhype this show only to feature this lame-ass podcast from Long Beach? What? These guys are boring as fuck. These guys were so fucking annoying, I turned it off. I was like, these guys fucking suck. And everyone in the Reddit hates them too and calls them hypocrites and calls them stupid goofies because they used to badmouth the 16 not that long ago.
Online with a random white BMX skateboarder, that's when I knew the culture was done.
So I'm thinking, why would the 16 be interested in these guys as on-camera talent to host the show? You know, this is Brick Baby's show. And to make matters worse, these are Brick Baby's enemies. What? They don't get along with Brick Baby. And here they are on Brick Baby's show as he sits in jail as the 16 sort of showcases them. This made me sick to my stomach. And I want to point out that these guys get no views. The Viral Way podcast gets no views. They get like 300 views. And this is something the 16 has made fun of other platforms for in the past, not getting any views.
Me be a star of any room I walk into. What are you talking about? Your podcast gets 300 views, and have people come up to me.
So I was like, why would he want the Viral podcast to have anything to do with No Jumper? And then I realized, oh yeah, it's because he wants to manipulate Crips. What? He wants these Crips to come on and agree with him. So he's got to get some Crips in that fucking building, and that's what I think's going on. And the Viral Way podcast is near the bottom. I mean, these guys are going absolutely nowhere, and so they really are looking for that opportunity to be a No Jumper Crip. And so it's a glaze-a-thon. And so they're agreeing with the 16. They're agreeing with the narrative that he has no responsibility in getting people to incriminate themselves.
As far as guests that come on and willingly tell on themselves, that's 100% on them.
Okay,
I don't blame platforms for dumbasses coming on the internet where you know the police are watching.
Okay, I'm getting so sick of this narrative that people say, oh, it's not the platform's fault. It's the person that self-snitches on the platform. It's their fault. And technically, it's true. It is ultimately the person's fault. But the interviewer also has a responsibility to ask ethical questions that aren't going to like deliberately incriminate someone for the sake of views. I would agree that a guest on a podcast, if they make a slip of the tongue or if they just talk too much and incriminate themselves, yeah, that's their fault. But if they're being interrogated and coerced into answering questions about specific crimes, that's where the interviewer has a responsibility not to do that.
I saw this video that alleged that it was you involved in this crazy ass shootout. What was that situation?
Yo, have you been injured in a recent car accident? If so, I want to give you a check like this for $50,000. All you need is 30 seconds and to answer 4 simple questions. So if you've been injured in a recent car accident, click the link below and see if you can get a check like I'm holding right here.
That's the way you're supposed to do it.
It might not have been you. I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah.
Let's go,
I don't
Debbie.
think it was me.
Okay. But that wasn't related to any of the cases that you caught? Well played. Okay. So
people are using that clip as an example of what you should do if the 16 is asking you police questions. You simply just don't answer. And people say, look, problem solved. Just don't answer the questions. But the problem with that is the 16 sometimes brings people on just to talk about gang politics. And so if there's nothing else for them to talk about, if they don't have anything else going on, the 16 sort of gets upset. He starts getting mad.
I love that you've got this fucking weird ass demeanor for this podcast, though. This is gonna be interesting. Right before I sat down, you're like, "Don't ask me about any street shit." The thing that you brought up was like a past affiliate of yours, sort of ran his mouth about you in a recent interview. You don't want to clap back at him.
My mama always taught me the best reaction is no reaction.
That doesn't seem like it's really been much of a thing in the drill community. A lot of reactions.
That's the drill.
So I'm not saying that it's not ultimately the fault of the person answering the questions and incriminating them. I'm not saying that it's not ultimately their fault. What I'm saying is that this cuck is predatory in his line of questioning. Sometimes he brings people in just to talk about gang shit. That's all he's interested in. And he's even said in the past that if you're not interested in talking about this gangster shit, then you can get the fuck out. Listen to this.
Right, that's insane. If I had actually took him at his word right there, I would have probably just said like, all right, you could just drive back to Vegas and not do this.
And I also wanted to point out that the 16 doesn't just ask a question and then if the person becomes uncomfortable, they quickly move on. The 16 just keeps hammering that question, and that's disrespectful. And it's coercive, too, in my opinion, because you're sort of saying that you're going to penalize them by not, fucking with them or sending them home or whatever if they don't answer your line of questioning. This is very coercive.
That's what I'm saying. You got to hop in the Kia with mad pipes, go take care of what you're going to take care of, and then you leave the Kia wherever
Take
you
care
feel
of
like
what?
leaving
We
it.
don't do none of that.
Oh, for real? You need to get the out of here.
Hell no.
Real ones only at this table. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
And so the top comment for this interview is, who watching this after he just got booked? What? So he got booked, and maybe he got booked for this interview. Who knows? It makes you wonder, though, because the 16 was saying some very interesting things in this interview that I want to actually show you. Watch this.
The cops ask me about y'all all the time. I don't tell them nothing.
What?
What was this?
I had the Chicago PD on my line earlier asking me if I could get some information about you guys behind the scenes.
Yeah, okay.
They're
Start
like,
the guy.
Please report back to us.
Hey, give me the Glock right now.
We have a whole arrangement.
No, hell no.
I've been going back. I've been giving them all kinds of info.
No. We not doing that.
I might be trolling you.
No, why?
I got the whole building wired, you know?
Oh, shit.
Very interesting.
All those hats we were talking about off camera? Yeah, that's all on camera.
No,
He
no
talking about
hats.
all them hats.
I don't have no hats.
So the 16 says that he is talking to Chicago PD about his guests. That's pretty crazy. And he says the place is wired. What is going on? This was like 6 months ago. That's really crazy. No wonder everyone's been going to jail lately. I want to play you a clip from 4 Extra's hood vlog that he got arrested for shortly thereafter, and listen to what the 16 says in this vlog.
If you're like me, you might be wondering, where are the cops in all this? I don't know. But we've been dominating this block for like 45 minutes right now, and I ain't seen a goddamn cop car roll by. So apparently, they got a little hood permit going. Ain't nobody
So
saying
the 16
shit.
obviously has a little bit of a cop fetish going on here. What a fucking weirdo. Okay, so let's actually get down to what we came here for, which is the feds. I want to hear what the feds had to say.
While I'm in my house, I'm playing poker on my computer, a guy comes to my front door, and I didn't actually even know, but my girl was communicating with him through the box in the front of our house with the camera. She texts me, she says, a dude is here from the FBI, and basically he's trying to serve you with a subpoena. And so she told him, like a ride or die would, she told him, Adam's not here, and he's off at work or whatever. I forget what she told him. And so,
wow, so the 16 is lying again. This is insane. So he's saying that his wife committed obstruction of justice. Is that obstruction of justice? If Lena the Plug lied to the FBI while relaying messages to the person they're looking for, isn't that obstruction of justice?
What? Yes.
What is going on? So I just want to say that story that the 16 gave was bullshit. Now, I do believe that she may have lied to the FBI and said, oh, I think he may have gone to work. I don't think he's home. But she certainly wasn't relaying messages throughout the entire thing. That's not what happened. The FBI came to the door. She said, no, he's not home. Sorry. And then they left a message and left. And then she told the 16 what they said after the fact. And so what a cheap lie to make this story more interesting.
You know, forced to hand over a crazy amount of information, because that was kind of lingering around in my head is like, God, this is gonna be a huge pain in the ass if they want to confiscate all the computers and everything in here. We're gonna have to like buy a bunch of computers to use.
Where's the furnace? Start the furnace up, guys.
I don't know. I was considering that. I have not destroyed any information for the record, but this is the thing.
The 16 hasn't destroyed any information, even though they delete the security cam footage every day, according to Three Fingers Wack.
What the feds are probably going to say to him, yo, we want to see your security, we want to see your surveillance footage.
It ain't gonna matter. There ain't nothing there anyway. That shit get erased every day.
Wow, so No Jumper deletes their security footage every single fucking day. That's very telling. What could be going on that they want to hide? And what's even crazier is that Three Fingers Wack is saying this on the show. What? And so I finally want to get to this clip where the 16 explains what the feds actually wanted from him.
But the one thing that the feds wanted was the cease and desist from Big U to No Jumper, asking us to take down the episode in which Loose Cannon first made the explosive statements that suggested that Big U had previous knowledge of Nipsey Hussle's death.
What? So the 16 thought that this was going to set the internet ablaze, that the feds are interested in Nipsey Hussle's murder and Big U's possible connection?
The FBI is interested in what Big U's involvement in Nipsey's death might be.
Okay, so that was the 16's big announcement, is that the feds are interested in Big U's connection to Nipsey's murder, which we've already, I mean, I just can't understand how he thought that this was going to go viral. This piece of information, everyone already knows about this. Big U's initial hearing is on the anniversary of Nipsey's death. They're doing this on purpose. This whole indictment is probably over Nipsey's death. And speaking of indictments, it looks like the indictment actually dropped, and Loose Cannon was named in the indictment, and he actually got his age doxed. He's 42. What? He's actually 42, so he was lying about his age.
Birth certificate with you. I ain't going for the 32.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I ain't going for the 32.
You do look like a sort of weathered 32.
No, listen. I know, but you have to understand this, right? When you have money, a 2-year-old would be a big bro to a nigga that's 35.
A 2-year-old. That's a very funny concept.
What's up, big bro?
Hey, big bro.
No, it's true in the hood.
So that's pretty cool, and I'm going to have more Loose Cannon stuff coming to Patreon very soon. So thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll see you guys on the next one.
Man, salute to Point and Shoot, man. Golly, y'all, listen, man. It's getting spooky at No Jumper. That's all I'm saying, man. This is crazy, y'all. So look, I don't know if y'all been paying attention, because it's a lot going on with this situation with Big U and Wack 100 and the other dudes, and that is going on. But then also on the other end, it's a lot going on with the Tupac investigation and Suge Knight. Suge Knight is doing some talking, man. He's telling his story. And he brought the bodyguard. I don't know if y'all seen that video, but he brought the bodyguard that I didn't even have to do that. Who took the charge. So allegedly it was Snoop Dogg who killed that dude. But Snoop Dogg, you know, he was the bag. See, there was a code that back in that day people followed. You know what I'm saying? If you the person that's the bag, you the one making the money, then somebody else got to step up. We all understand that. Somebody got to step up and be the fall guy. So that's what the security guard allegedly did. And Snoop Dogg was supposed to take care of him. And then I started, because that was a while ago, and I started remembering shit like, damn, I remember that the bodyguard, you know, he did his time, he did what he was supposed to do, but Snoop Dogg like ghosted him. So Suge Knight brought him, you know, brought him to Art of the Dialogue. And he put some shit on the table, man. I don't know if y'all seen that. Man, I don't know. Should we watch that? Nah, let's go over this paperwork, man. Let's go over this paperwork, man. Damn, but y'all, if y'all haven't seen that yet, y'all need to get over there and see that explosive shit. So it's a lot going on both fronts. Reggie Wright Jr., he said he's extremely confident. Extremely confident he ain't going nowhere. That's because he got full immunity on the Biggie murder. Maybe even on the Tupac murder. I don't know. But on the Biggie murder, yeah, he got full immunity. No, I didn't say that. Yeah. So, D Twins, you still with me, bro? What page should we start at? Should we just start at the beginning, run it down? I kind of feel like people done already at least read the first maybe 10, 15 pages, bro. You know what I'm saying? Maybe not start right at the beginning. But Wack 100 is all in this indictment, man. Yeah, he all in it. He all in this indictment, man.
Case 2:25.
He tried to act like he wasn't in this indictment, but he all in this indictment. Then he's, he was a victim when they tried to jump on him. He tries to spin it. He tries to spin it like, yo, that was Big U on the phone. If I'm not mistaken, we're going to see in this paperwork, but if I'm not mistaken, that was a wiretap that caught that incident that happened. And even if they worded it in this paperwork as a phone call, you know that they covering up for their favorite cooperant. You know that. But Wack was wired for sound. He was 100% wired for sound. That's how they got that incident. Page 50. You sure? I'm gonna go to page 50. Oh shit! I wonder, y'all can see it, right? Y'all can see the paperwork, right? You can see the paperwork. We got page 50 right here. Proceeds on giving robbery back to the victim, power grabs and stuff. So this the right page, bro? One such robbery occurred on July 5th, 2021. Okay, we're gonna run it.
Case 2:25 MJ01494 Duty Document 1 filed March 17, 25 page 50 of 107 page ID #50. Proceeds or give the robbery proceeds back to a victim as a power grab and to instill fear of future robberies or violence. 1. Henley directs a robbery of and conspires to rob.
Reverse the color.
And Robinson and Williams personally rob a
I like
marijuana
like
dispensary at gunpoint. 96. One such robbery occurred on July 5, 2021, at an unlicensed marijuana dispensary in Los Angeles where victim 1.
Y'all can see it now? Everything good?
Leading up to the robbery, the Big U enterprise had been extorting victim 1.
Victim 1 for years.
Do y'all like this voice better?
Had been paying the Big U enterprise up to $25,000 per month when victim 1 was.
Oh, let me shorten up that.
At the top of his earning capacity. Shortly before the robbery. However, victim 1 had ceased paying extortion to the Big U enterprise, as victim 1 did not believe it was necessary or that he was receiving any benefit from the payments. 97. On the day of the robbery, approximately 11 of the Big U Enterprises members and associates, including Robinson and Williams, both of whom victim 1 knew well as Roland 60's members, rushed into the dispensary armed with firearms and without masks. They demanded belongings of anyone inside and stole cash and marijuana from the store before fleeing. 17. At 1.
Tell me if y'all can see that better, please.
They demanded a Rolex watch from one of the co-owners. But at Robinson's direction, they ended up letting him keep it. According to victim 1, while still at the dispensary, they 17 C. Taylor v. United States, 579 U.S. 301, 309, 2016. To satisfy the Hobbs X commerce element, it is enough that a defendant knowingly stole or attempted to steal drugs or drug proceeds. 4. As a matter of law, the market for illegal drugs is commerce over which the United States has
I don't like
jurisdiction.
Jurisdiction. 49. Case 2:25 MJ01494 Duty Document 1 filed March 17, 25 page 51 of 100. 107 page ID hashtag 51. Robbers put victim 1 on the phone with Henley, who invited victim 1 to Henley's home. 98 according to victim 1, when victim 1 arrived at Henley's Arlington premises, Robinson, Williams, and other
robbers were there, as were the proceeds of the robbery. Inside, Henley told victim 1, "That's how you rob yourself." Henley then demanded $10,000 from victim.
So who is victim 1? Have we figured out who victim 1 is? Victim 1 is who is victim 1, bro?
Victim 1 to ensure other robberies did not occur. Henley also directed victim 1 to identify other businesses or dispensaries that could be similarly robbed and assured victim 1 that the Big U enterprise would compensate him for identifying any robberies. 18 Henley then provided a portion of the robbery proceeds back to victim 1.19. 99 Williams later admitted to this robbery and the aftermath on a podcast. On the No Jumper podcast, after stating that Williams was Henley's right-hand man, Williams.
I'm going to stop right there. See, that part right there is where I feel like Big U going to have a lot of good wiggle room to wiggle up out of all that. Because I don't believe that Loose Cannon was Big U's right-hand man, bro. I really don't. I don't think he really had nothing to do really with Big U like that. You know what I'm saying? I know he was a pay-on, he was the bag, but as far as all this stuff that's in here, I don't think, I could be wrong, but I don't think Loose Cannon had nothing to do with any of that. I think Wack 100 fed him that information. Anything that's involving him and Big U as his right-hand man, and he was the enforcer and all that BS shit, that was all Wack 100 telling him to say that, make so the Rico can stick. He's calling the shot. He's the shot caller. Just like he called that shot for Loose Cannon to fire on that dude, fire on Morris at No Jumper, which is going to get you locked up. Yeah, buddy.
Williams explained, so basically he'll manipulate things. Will.
You say CS1 is Wack? How you know CS1 is Wizag? What else, Smoked Out TV? Savage Astro, what it do? We just going over the paperwork, man. We just shooting the shit. You know what I'm saying? Just seeing that that brother Morris, man, is doing better. I think he might still be in a hospital, but he doing better. Turtle called in with an important message to get to Cash Jones and let him know that his days is numbered. Yeah, man, I would play it, but but y'all can go listen to it on SBGB TV page though.
To satisfy the Hobbs Act's commerce element, it is enough that a defendant knowingly stole or attempted to steal drugs or drug proceeds. 4. As a matter of law, the market for illegal drugs is commerce over which the United States has jurisdiction. 49.
So CW1 is Wack? I don't know why I keep thinking that's Charleston White, but I did. Hey, D Twins, didn't we say that already though? You starting to think you said I'm starting to think 600's a rat. You starting to think that now? You didn't know that already? We been knew that. Yeah, we been knew that, bro.
49.
Let me get back to the paperwork though.
Case 2:25 MJ01494 Duty Document 1 filed March 17, 25 page 51 of 107 page ID hashtag 51. Robbers put victim 1 on the phone with Henley, who invited victim 1 to Henley's
use the
home.
bathroom, y'all. So y'all gotta
98
rock it
according
out
to victim
till
1,
I get back.
when victim 1 arrived at Henley's Arlington premises, Robinson, Williams, and other robbers were there, as were the proceeds of the robbery. Inside, Henley told victim 1, "That's how you rob yourself." Henley then demanded $10,000 from victim 1 to ensure other robberies did not occur. Henley also directed victim 1 to identify other businesses or dispensaries that could be similarly robbed and assured victim 1 that the Big U enterprise would compensate him for identifying any robberies. 18 Henley then provided a portion of the robbery proceeds back to victim 1.19. 99 Williams later admitted to this robbery and the aftermath on a podcast. On the No Jumper podcast, after stating that Williams was Henley's right-hand man, Williams explained, "So, basically he'll manipulate things. We'll go and do something, and then, the same niggas we do it to show up to the house like 10 minutes later as we trying to count everything. And we be like, how the fuck?" Williams then said that Henley would state, "Well, we just going to give like $40,000 back." Wack 100, who is a rival/counterpart of Henley's for the Bloods, was also on the podcast and stated, 18 as stated below, victim 1's account is corroborated in a consensually recorded conversation in which Henley and Robinson ask for robbery targets from victim 1. 19 This modus operandi is corroborated by wire interceptions in which Henley discusses robbing drug dealers of only half of their product or proceeds. 50. Case 2:25 MJ01494 Duty Document 1 filed March 17, 20.
Real quick, hey, I need y'all to tell me in the chat what y'all believe. Do y'all think Wack 100 was working? I believe it. Do y'all think he was working on Big U when they did the podcast with $1 million worth of game way back then? Do you think he was working then? Because I do. And then when he was with K Slay, I wonder what that relationship was all about. You know what I'm saying? And this is what be making me, no disrespect to Bimmy, because I do like Bimmy, bro, but there's a reason why 50 keep Bimmy at a distance, and Wack was fighting so hard to prove that he wasn't working. See what I'm saying? Like, I'm starting to peep a lot of these dudes, a lot of these upper echelon dudes that be around and dealing with dudes, I think some of them knew, because they were too. And this little secret. Man, these niggas is terrible, bro.
March 17th, 25 page 52 of 107 page ID hashtag
sure.
52. You know why he wanted to give the
what
dude
up,
back
Michael?
the $40,
what up?
right? Because he was going to make the dude give him $20 for getting it back. Williams then agreed, of course.
How you doing, Queen?
He did that too. Two famous rappers. Williams then detailed demanding $50,000. From the celebrity rapper RR, or they would kill the celebrity rapper MM. Williams then said RR dropped off the $50,000.
I believe all that right there is lies, bro. And bending of truths. This is what I will say about the check-in thing, right? People make a big deal out of the check-in. I believe that there's good people that do the check-in and they do it correctly. Then you got bad people. I do not believe that Big U was just out here just the monster that they trying to make him be. This is what I do understand about that. Like, not to brag, like the East Coast got their thing, right? Down South has their thing, Salute, like the Midwest has their thing. Salute the Trick. Detroit be popping. I ain't even gonna use where I'm from. I ain't gonna use California. I'm gonna use Detroit for an example, like Trick. You know what I'm saying? He put on for his city, put on for his state. You know what I'm saying? A lot of blood, sweat, and tears go into that generational blood, sweat, and tears, and wealth goes into your city and your state. Then you have these out of towners who come into your state, not necessarily saying that you got to check in, because I'm gonna do something to you. I want to rob you or something like that. But it's like, some of these people come and exploit where you from, disrespect where you from, take them resources and leave, and don't do nothing for the area that they come in to visit or make money off of, or to exploit. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of that was going on with like NWA and or even Long Beach with Snoop Dogg and them, man. A lot of people would just come through and pillage off of the hard work that they use to build up where they from, and then make their money and just shake and bounce. So it's a mixture of things, and then also, like, yeah, if you don't know the area, you don't know the people, you gon' if I'm from Cali, but no matter where I go across this globe, man, if I know somebody in that place, in that region, in that state, I am 100% checking in. I don't know how severe Big U was with the check-in thing. Don't know. We will be finding out, but I don't think it's necessarily just a bad thing. It's just how you use it, how you do it. Because, like I said, if I go somewhere outside of my comfort zone, I best believe if I know somebody, I'm checking in.
$50,000. And Henley stopped answering the phone and then did not share any of the proceeds with Williams. According to Further No. Jumper and Vlad TV segments, Henley then served a cease and desist order on No Jumper, and this podcast episode was removed from the platform, although a recording of the episode remained available elsewhere online. 100 Williams's recounting of this robbery occurred years after the robbery of Victim 1's dispensary and years after Victim 1 had already recounted and documented the robbery for the FBI. 2. Williams continues to commit and discuss robberies and other violent acts. 101 Lately, Williams has claimed in multiple interviews that he is no longer affiliated with Big U, whom he now refers to as Big Useless or Big Uterus. However, Williams continues to discuss former Big U enterprise business, to discuss and threaten violent assaults and robberies, and to actually commit the same. 102 For example, on January 3, 2025, outside of the No. Jumper podcast filming location in Los Angeles, Williams struck a victim in the head multiple times with a firearm and pointed. 51. Case 2:25 MJ01494 Duty Document 1 filed March 17, 25 page 53 of 107 page ID #53. The firearm at the back of his head, while two other suspects removed valuables from the victim including jewelry, cash, and a cell phone in excess value of $5,000. The victim lost consciousness during the incident, which was captured on video and posted to social media, apparently to stoke fear and boast of Williams's penchant for violence. After the incident, Williams posted a 7-minute video on his YouTube channel discussing the beating, stating that he used to be big useless enforcer, that he loves to fight, and that the incident could have went a lot worse. Williams's post also played a portion of the assault. 103 Similarly, on February 25, 2025, Williams posted a video on his YouTube channel in which he threatened anyone that is at odds with him to do something bad to you, your mama, your daddy, anybody. In that same video, Williams walked through the checking in process and walked through the fact that he would rob any celebrity who did not check in, including at an Airbnb, a restaurant, a car wash, or anywhere. Williams also said that he was with Henley when rapper Rakim Hashim Allen, aka PNB Rock, was robbed and killed, that they told him to comply, and that they would get the jewelry later. Williams also walked through the kidnapping of a famous rapper that Williams and Henley committed together 20 and then discussed Several Big U Enterprise associates being good in Los Angeles. Because they have checked in, some of those mentioned were 20. According to Williams's statements in a publicly available online video, he kidnapped a victim, put him in the trunk of his car, and drove him to Henley's home. 52. Case 2:25 MJ01494 Duty Document 1 filed March 17, 25 page 54 of 107 page ID #54. Developing options donors, or former NBA players, who have provided hundreds of thousands of dollars as purported gifts to Henley personally. 104. In February 2025, Williams also took part in a filmed conversation with multiple people on YouTube, in which Williams told another participant that you will lose your life, and then, when Williams found him, Williams was going to do something bad to him. 3. Further evidence of the Big U Enterprises' involvement in robberies. 105. Throughout this investigation, the FBI obtained many recordings of Big U Enterprise members and associates discussing robberies that they were committing or planning to commit. 4. Example, on August 6, 2021, on a recorded call, Robinson told Victim 1, "Tryna lick somebody, that ain't even hard. You/I. All this shit, it's just, this ain't workin', man. I'm like, man, I'm in the wrong business, homie. In my training and experience, and investigation into this case, lick is consistently used as slang for robbery." 106. Similarly, on June 22, 2022, on another recorded call, Robinson told Victim 1 that Henley had been asking Robinson if they needed to do a takeover, which I know, based on my training, experience, and participation in this investigation, to mean a takeover robbery of Victim 1 at his marijuana dispensary, again because Victim 1 had not paid his extortion payments. Then, on July 9, 2022, Henley told Victim 1, "We gotta rob someone. You with that bullshit?" On July 31, 2022. 53. Case 2:25 MJ01494 Duty Document 1 filed March 17, 25 page 55 of 107 page ID #55. Henley told Victim 1 that Henley needed $30,000 to pay his developing options staff and was considering a robbery and increased extortions to obtain the funds. 107. Henley was also intercepted on a telephone call, telling an auto shop owner that Henley knew how much he had paid the shop owner because the payment was proceeds of a robbery. 108. In other Title III wiretap interceptions, I also heard Henley planning a robbery of individuals that had stolen equipment from a celebrity rapper, using an Apple AirTag that was purportedly with the equipment. Henley, Martin, and others obtained firearms and began to stage the robbery to get back the equipment. However, when they arrived, the police also arrived, having been called by the celebrity rapper. I witnessed the staging of the robbery on surveillance before it was called off. 109. On November 11, 2022, on another intercepted call, Mitchell, discussed above, and Henley coordinated how Mitchell would give Henley the proceeds from a robbery that Mitchell committed. Henley and Mitchell were talking about how much money should go to Henley. Then, in multiple other intercepted calls and text messages, Henley talked with Blanton and Robinson.
Yeah, he got them firearms from Wack. Wack wasn't lying when he said he was doing that, and the feds knew he was doing that. The feds knew it. This shit crazy.
To help Henley collect from Mitchell's associate. Talking about Mitchell, Blanton said, they robbed a nigga for some shit. They made a nigga call his plug,
Did the AI
and then
say nigga?
they booked him. Talking
Bruh.
about further splitting the proceeds, Henley told Blanton, "I'ma grab half of that whatever he got them. I'm give it to Vay, and Vay can bring the rest of you." 21 on A. 21 Vay is Robinson's moniker. 54. Case 2:25 MJ01494 Duty Document 1 filed March 17, 25 page 56 of 107 page ID #56. Subsequent call, I heard Henley counting out the money and saying that it ain't nothing but 2 to 3 racks. Blanton responded, Brycey baby said it was supposed to be between 5 to 7, man. Gotta make that call out to Brycey man. 22 on April 11, 2023, Henley and Blanton again discussed an individual who was supposed to be robbed in the near future. F. Extortion in violation of the Hobbs Act and as racketeering activity. 110 A significant portion of the Big U enterprises conduct consists of various extortion schemes in Los Angeles. In addition to the check-in, the Big U enterprise extorts both legitimate and illegitimate businesses alike, though it tends to focus on the lower hanging fruit of illegitimate or gray market businesses. One of its extortion victims, Victim 1, was a promoter and marketer who profited from club promotions, operating in interstate commerce, and worked for illegal or
who was Victim 1?
Quasi-legal marijuana dispensaries. As shown in the recorded conversations and controlled payments, Henley and Robinson were quite open in their threats of violence and intimidation if the victims did not pay the Big U enterprise. As stated above, the July 5, 2021 robbery was key to their scheme of extorting Victim 1 in that once Victim 1 stopped paying extortion fees to the Big U enterprise, they robbed him to reinstate their control. 111 At one point, Victim 1 asked in a recording what he was paying for, and Robinson explained that it was like a 22 Brycey baby is one of Mitchell's monikers. 55. Case 2:25 MJ01494 Duty Document 1 filed March 17, 25 page 57 of 107 page ID #57. Retainer and that if and when Victim 1 was robbed, Victim 1 would not have to pay extra money to the Big U enterprise for the return of his property. Of course, as discussed above, it was Big U enterprise members and associates who were the ones.
So this stuff right here is what they got either on wiretap or the actual person telling the situation, right? That's when we reading this right. I'm reading that right?
Ones who had robbed Victim 1, and they did charge Victim 1 for giving his things back, by not returning the entirety of the property they themselves stole and demanding more money and targets to rob. 112 The evidence supporting the Big U enterprises extortion activities includes 1. Consensual recordings made by Victim 1 of phone calls, meetings, and controlled extortion. Payments. 2. Statements describing being a victim of the extortion scheme from Victim 1. 3. Title 3 wiretap calls discussing extortions and payments, and 4. Threats made to other individuals on Title 3 wiretap calls showing the modus operandi of the Big U enterprises extortion racket. 113 examples of some of the extortion-related recordings obtained during this investigation include controlled payments with the FBI's involvement are bolded. July 9, 2021, 4 days after the Big U enterprise robbed Victim 1 as discussed above, consensually monitored call with Victim 1 in which Robinson tasked Victim 1 with identifying additional robbery victims for Henley and Robinson where Victim 1 would receive 25% and noting that Henley was discussing that Victim 1 owed Henley money, having only paid a portion of what victim 1 owed. September 2, 2021, consensually recorded call in which Henley stated that any payments that victim 1 receives from another person Henley is extorting, i.e., D.C., must be paid to Henley. 56. Case 2:25 MJ01494 Duty Document 1 filed March 17, 25 page 58 of 107 page ID hashtag 58. September 3, 2021, consensually recorded call in which Robinson told victim 1 that Robinson needed to tell Henley something about the amount of money that victim 1 would be paying to Henley, and victim 1 said he could pay $500 or $1,000. September 15, 2021, consensually recorded call in which Robinson asked victim 1 what he has for Henley, and Robinson discussed how much victim 1 can pay but ultimately promised to cover for victim 1 and allow him to pay the following day rather than face Henley's anger. September 20, 2021, consensually recorded call in which Henley and victim 1 discussed how much money will go from an event to Henley, the Roland 60s, Robinson, and victim 1, Henley stated that he wanted his money.
Facts, Michael.
Later in the day, victim 1 and Robinson discussed how victim 1 was being taxed by Robinson and Henley. September 23, 2021, consensually monitored call in which Henley discussed how another extortion victim, i.e., D.C., was not paying Henley what he was owed because D.C. was conducting business in Los Angeles. October 19, 2021, consensually recorded call in which Henley stated that he was taking over the account, referring to D.C., and that he would be taking every fifth table that is sold at D.C.'s club. October 22, 2021, consensually recorded call in which Henley asked victim 1 why he was on the phone with him when he was coming to pick up his money right now. They then discussed how much will be paid electronically and how much in cash. Later that day, Robinson provided victim 1 with the number to pay an associate Tubbs for Henley. November 10, 2021, consensually recorded call in which Henley told victim 1 to get a cannabis shop up and running for him to pay some rent. November 29, 2021, consensually recorded call in which Robinson told victim 1 to give Henley a weekly salary of $1,000. Robinson further advised that victim 1 gets in trouble when promising larger amounts. Robinson also asked victim 1.
That's a fact, Super Dub Nation. That's
victim
what
1 where D.
That's what I'm saying. Like, Wack has been working on him all this time, man. Because he been Look, I'm trying. So some of y'all who don't know, because a lot of y'all been listening to us, but some of y'all might not know. Man, Wack was an informant trying to get dirt on Suge. He the one who gave up Poochie. We just discovered and figured that out. He's the one. So we're talking about back, even back then in the Death Row days, 2011 is when he was in the Main Street case and got caught on wiretap on that case and he told on that case. That's how his case in Texas got dismissed in the interest of justice because of that case. Wack been working for a very long time. He was working on Shaquille O'Neal, man. This dude, and I think Ray J too. I don't know what Ray J little role is, but them two is tight at the hip. You know what I'm saying? Tight at the hip. Have y'all noticed that he don't be speaking on the game like that? No, he don't speak on the game no more. I wonder if Blueface is gonna still work with this dude, because I'm pretty sure he know by now what he is. But you don't hear nothing about the game no more. See, the game know what's up. Allegedly, I mean, shit, it could have been a possibility. That's who I heard that he might been the one who linked Wack up that night at the Novo. I don't know. I don't have no facts behind that. Just accusations, but I wouldn't be mad at it. That might be who got him smacked in his head. You feel me? That's a fizzy Physac. But I'm just saying, bro, like people don't understand. Like this dude been working for a long time. Hell, I didn't know. This stuff just now coming out, but you gotta do your homework, do your research, look into it, pay attention to the patterns of what he in each and every one of these type of cases. In the Main Street case, I'm a victim. What Dale Dog say? What did Dale Dog? I mean, not Dale Dog. Rest in peace, my Lord Jesus. Rest in peace, Dale Dog. My apologies, bro, because you was solid. What did Stutterbox say? He said in the paperwork it says the whoever CS2 back is was trying to reach out to Dale Dog. He said you was trying to get Dale Dog number, remember? And he was like, nah. That's what the paperwork say. That's what the paperwork say. But I talked the dog. Yeah, nigga. That's what the that's what the paperwork is saying. CS2 back tried to get in contact with Dale Dog, but he wasn't getting on the phone with you because he knew something was scummy about you. He wasn't messing with it. And like Mark Stevens said, well, if Stutterbox is defected, why you fucking with him? That don't even make no sense. So that they antennas really went up then. Damn, I wish Big U antennas was on. Cause god damn it, he was lining Big U up, playing like he cool with him, befriending him, singing his praises on these talk shows, on these podcasts, telling, yeah, Draws used to do this and Draws used to do that the whole time he telling on him. Because I think in this indictment they bring up how he was in jail and he said he fought a bunch of people and knocked the nigga eye out. They didn't just get that off of that. So y'all, that's the podcast that y'all got that from? Bro, come on, man. Yeah, y'all got it from that, but Wack was feeding it to y'all the entire time using these platforms. And why I say that Ray J is playing a pivotal part in some of this shit, because he is like the olive branch, the liaison between the celebrities and Wack, trying to get to whoever the feds want him on. Ray J is in communication with a lot of these people in the industry. I'm telling you, man, we need justice for Whitney Houston. I'm gonna just throw that in there. Hey, D Twins, if you get time, bro, you don't have to do it right now, but if you get time, you can find me the exact timestamp on SBGB TV video. Man, I'm gonna play that little I think it's like 2 minutes and some change, and I'm gonna do the stop and go reaction to it, man. He shouldn't strike me for something like that because I'm actually reacting to the content. But yeah, I think I'm gonna run it.
C lived because he and 57.
Yeah, hit that like
Case
button,
2,
please. Hit that like button.
MJ01494 duty document.
Show me some love, man. Look, man, I know I'm not your average YouTuber, man. I can't do that, man. I gotta do me. I just gotta be me, man. You know what I'm saying? I got, no disrespect to nobody in this space, because we got some really good dudes. If I had to compare myself to the way that I like to move on here, I'm more like Scandalous Los Angeles. That's why I like him so much, because it ain't about us. It's about the content. I don't give a shit if y'all ever knew who I am personally. I'm okay with it, but I can give a shit about that. I just care about the content, man. And of course, the money at the end of the day, I ain't doing this shit for free. Like some of the dummies that be on Clubhouse, but be talking that shit though. But like, nigga, you over there doing what you doing for free. But it's about the content for me. It ain't about me. When I was on Clubhouse, I ran rooms for 2.5 years, man. And then I ran the content from there on Straight No Chaser. So you had all that time. You had 2.5 years to get to know me like that personally. Now I don't care about that. I just care about the content, because that's what it really is about. It ain't about us. It's about the content and the people who come and subscribe and share and support your shit. That's what it's really all about. Your channel ain't shit without them, and vice versa, however you want to look at it. Let's go.
Document 1 filed March 17, 25 page 59 of 107 page ID #59. Henley were trying to fuck DC up based on his non-payment referenced above.
Oh hell yeah, I do. Hold on, bro. I appreciate. I be forgetting to even put that up. Thank you for bringing up the Cash App. I be forgetting to put that up. But I do. It's in my videos. But when I go live, I be forgetting about all that shit. I just go straight to the content. But yeah, hey, I'll see if I can put it up, bro.
Above. Oh, the
hell did I just do?
September 23rd, 2021, consensually monitored call in which Henley discussed how another extortion victim, i.e., D.C., was not paying Henley what he was owed because DC was conducting business in Los Angeles. October 19, 2021, consensually recorded call in which Henley stated that he was taking over the account, referring to D.C., and that he would be taking every fifth table that is sold at D.C.'s club. October 22, 2021, consensually recorded call in which Henley asked victim 1 why he was on the phone with him when he was coming to pick up his money right now. They then discussed how much will be paid electronically and how much in cash. Later that day, Robinson provided victim 1 with the number to pay an associate Tubbs for Henley. November 10, 2021, consensually recorded call in which Henley told victim 1 to get a cannabis shop up and running for him to pay some rent. November 29, 2021, consensually recorded call in which Robinson told victim 1 to give Henley a weekly salary of $1,000. Robinson further advised that victim 1 gets in trouble when promising larger amounts. Robinson also asked victim 1 where D.C. lived because he and 57. Case 2:25 MJ01494 Duty Document 1 filed March 17, 25 page 59 of 107 page ID #59. Henley were trying to fuck DC up based on his non-payment referenced above. Oh, the FBI provided $500 in cash for the meeting, and victim 1 paid that money to Henley. December 11, 2021. Consensually recorded call in which Robinson asked how much money victim 1 had for Henley and that, well, I think he's gonna want at least $1,000. December 17, 2021, consensually recorded call in which Robinson asked victim 1 how much he will have. They discussed both cash and electronic payments. The following day, they continued a similar discussion regarding $1,000 to $2,000 in payments. January 20, 2022, consensually recorded call in which Robinson arranged a meeting that was also recorded. The FBI provided $1,000 in cash that victim 1 paid to Robinson for Henley. In the discussion, victim 1 discussed how Henley took the entire $30,000 from Deja Vu, which is discussed further below in connection with Henley, Robinson, and Martin extorting $30,000 on December 2, 2021. Robinson explained to victim 1 that he has taken way more than that and discussed Henley's spending after receiving payments. February 17, 2022, consensually recorded call in which victim 1 requested an extension from Robinson regarding a payment. Robinson told victim 1 that he had been holding Henley off and that Henley had been asking for victim 1's payment. Oh, the FBI provided $1,000 in cash that victim 1 paid to Robinson on camera for Henley. February 19, 2022, consensually recorded call in which Henley called victim 1 and said, "Bring me, I need $1,500 real quick." Victim 1 told Henley that he had just paid Robinson $1,000 2 days prior. April 3, 2022, consensually recorded call in which Robinson told victim 1 that Henley was increasing victim 1's taxes to $3,500. 58. Case 2:25 MJ01494 Duty Document 1 filed March 17, 25 page 60 of 107 page ID #60. April 9, 2022, consensually recorded call in which Robinson told victim 1 that other individuals were paying the Big U Enterprise $2,500 to $3,000 so that Henley could purchase a $30,000 necklace for his wife's birthday. April 10, 2022, consensually recorded call in which Robinson told victim 1 that Henley wanted to collect $2,000 from victim 1 every Monday. April 16, 2022, consensually recorded call in which Henley told victim 1 that he needed a donation for his wife's birthday. Victim 1 told Henley he had already paid Robinson, and Henley responded that his math was wrong. June 5, 2022, consensually recorded call in which Robinson and Henley demanded that victim 1 stop doing business with the Big U Enterprises rival Wack 100 because he was a rat. June 22, 2022, Robinson told victim 1 that Henley had been asking for money from victim 1 and that Henley asked if they needed to do a takeover of victim 1, as they had with the previous armed robbery of victim 1's marijuana dispensary. July 14, 2022, consensually recorded call in which Robinson told victim 1 that Henley was angry and needed $2,000 from victim 1. July 21, 2022, consensually recorded call in which Henley demanded money from victim 1. Henley told victim 1 that he needed the money for taxes and ed, i.e., Employment Development Department. July 31, 2022, consensually recorded call in which Henley told victim 1 that he needed $30,000 in the next couple weeks to pay his developing options staff and was considering a robbery and increased extortion payments to obtain the funds. Henley specifically said he did not care if they had to rob Peter to pay Paul, they needed to get down, i.e., slang for robbery. Victim 1 then paid Henley $1,500, of his own money, on camera. Henley said we bumped the weekly down to $1,500. 59. Case 2:25 MJ01494 duty.
I just can't believe, man, that Big U was out here. Like, y'all. I don't know if y'all understand, the stuff that's being, like, this stuff that's being alleged. It's like, damn, bro. Like, I hope this is like the feds is putting 2 on the 10 type of thing. I'm really hoping, man. Salute to Big U. Like I said, man, we really need it. If I can help, bro, hit me. Whatever I can do, you got it. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, ain't none of us saints. Ain't none of us saints. You know, I know you a man. You're a man of your word, and you're a man that will accept responsibility. If it, you know what I mean, if it hit the fan, and I know he gonna accept that responsibility. If it don't come to the surface, nigga, you go to the grave with that bitch. All these people be out here thumbing their nose and shit like they better than somebody. Like, man, cut that shit out, man. We all fall short. It's the way that they did it was grimy, man. But I'm listening to this stuff and I'm like, damn, man, that's mistakes you stop making at like 25, 30 years old, bro. Like, if you was a criminal is all I'm saying. We'll get back to the paperwork, man.
I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut.
I know, Debbie, me too.
25 MJ01494 duty document 1 filed
Big
March
Sure.
17th, 25 page 61 of 107 page ID hashtag
We cooking,
61.
my boy.
August 4th, 2022, consensually recorded call in which Robinson told victim 1 that he needs to pay. August 9th, 2022, victim 1 paid Robinson $1,500 from the FBI on camera. Robinson and victim 1 discussed the history of payments victim 1 had made to Henley and that Robinson, according to Robinson, did all the work. Henley then arrived at the location. September 7, 2022, consensually recorded call in which Robinson told victim 1 he needed money, followed by Robinson consulting on victim 1's anxiety and fear of Henley, how victim 1 can get more time to make a payment, and how to calm down Henley by paying a portion of what he is owed. September 15, 2022, consensually recorded call in which Robinson asked what time victim 1 would meet for money. Victim 1 then paid Robinson $2,000 of FBA-provided funds on camera. During the conversation, victim 1 asked what he was paying for. Robinson said, "If anyone come rob you, you ain't gotta pay extra money to get your shit back." Robinson described it as a street shield. Victim 1, though, has told agents that only Robinson and Henley have robbed him. In this same meeting, Robinson told Victim 1 that Henley was the buffer and that Henley was the only OG still actively killing people. September 21, 2022, consensually recorded call in which Robinson asked Victim 1 for his location so they could get the payment out of the way. Victim 1 then paid Robinson $1,000, of his own money, on camera. September 28, 2022, consensually recorded call in which Robinson arranged to meet Victim 1 for payment. Victim 1 then paid Robinson $2,020, of his own money, on camera. October 2, 2022, consensually recorded call in which Robinson told Victim 1 that if he was not in the 60. Case 2:25 MJ01494 duty document 1 filed March 17, 25 page 62 of 107 page ID hashtag 62. Middle of Victim 1 and Henley, it would be very, very bad. Robinson also stated that there are two people that owe the Big U Enterprise $200,000 and Robinson had yet to threaten them. October 5, 2022, consensually recorded call in which Robinson wanted to pick up payment for Henley. Victim 1 then paid Robinson $2,000 of FBA provided money on camera. October 21, 2022, consensually recorded call in which Henley chastised Victim 1 because someone associated with Victim 1 stated that he was working with Henley. Henley told Victim 1 that Victim 1 had to pay Henley for Victim 1's associate using his name. Victim 1 told Henley that he had nothing to do with it and questioned how to get the money from him. Henley repeatedly said to tie him up if that was necessary but that Henley would not get involved. In the same call, Henley said that if Victim 1 paid his rent, he would let him off for the weekly tax payment. November 3, 2022, intercepted call between Henley and Robinson in which Henley said they needed to fix that motherfucker up and get our money. November 10, 2022, Victim 1 paid Robinson $2,000 from the FBI on camera. Robinson told Victim 1 not to answer if Henley called him because Henley was demanding $5,000 from him that day. December 1, 2022, Victim 1 paid Robinson $2,000 on camera. $640 was Victim 1's own money. Robinson told Victim 1 that Robinson was taking 25 to 50% of the payments to Henley, depending on the amount. Robinson then quoted Henley as saying that Robinson was getting soft with Victim 1, that Henley was going to fuck up Victim 1, and that Robinson was the only one saving Victim 1. December 7, 2022, Henley called Victim 1 and stated that Victim 1 owed Henley a lot of money and to bring $2,000 weekly. February 15, 2023, Victim 1 paid Robinson $500, of his own money, on camera. 61. Case 2:25 MJ01494 duty document 1 filed March 17, 25 page 63 of 107 page ID hashtag 63. March 29, 2023, Victim 1 paid Robinson $1,500 of FBA provided money on camera. Robinson said he was going to tell Henley that Victim 1 only paid him $1,000. 114 Additionally, Henley, Robinson, and Martin extorted Victim 2 at Deja Vu, an international adult entertainment club, at a location in Los Angeles, on December 2, 2021, which Robinson and Victim 1 later discussed on the consensually recorded call on January 20, 2022, discussed above, as corroborated by recordings and interviews with Victim 1, as well as public social media posts. Henley organized a birthday party at Deja Vu for himself and negotiated that he would receive roughly 33% of the bar proceeds from that night. Henley also promised that famous rappers would attend. He later then demanded the full profits from the night and threatened extreme violence if he was not paid the entire amount. 115 Specifically, on December 2, 2021, On another consensually recorded call, Henley called victim 1 to discuss the extortion payment related to Henley's birthday party at Deja Vu. Victim 1 previously promoted Deja Vu and had initially connected victim 2, the new promoter, with Henley about having Henley's birthday party there. Victim 2 had agreed to pay Henley $30,000 in exchange for celebrity rappers, including Cameron Jibril Thomas, aka Wiz Khalifa, and Clifford Joseph Harris Jr., aka T.I., as well as other famous guests, to accompany Henley to Deja Vu for his birthday on December 2, 2021. Deja Vu promoted the event on social media using Wiz Khalifa's image, which would bring in more customers who wanted to party with those famous celebrities. 62. Case 2:25 MJ01494 Duty Document 1 filed March 17, 25 page 64 of 107 page ID hashtag 64. 116 The following is a transcription of a portion of the conversation between victim 1 and Henley the day of the party. Victim 1, I was trying to get you about $20,000. Henley, $30,000. Victim 1, I sold it for 30, the whole thing for 30, and I got to get all the people. Henley, $30,000. 'Cause this shit is viral, and it's all over the city. Got me into it with my wife and everybody else. And that's the number you told me. Victim 1, but if Wiz don't come. Henley, yelling at victim 1 nigga, I wouldn't give a fuck. I'll tear that bitch up. It won't be a club there. No more. You don't tell me if Wiz don't come, nigga. Victim 1, but UNC, it's what I sold. Henley, I wouldn't give a fuck, you knew T.I. weren't never coming. And T.I. said he was getting the motherfucking drop, so that's on Vay if he ain't get it. That's on you. And Vay. I don't wanna hear nothing. You ain't gon' use my name all over this motherfucker, and you need to bring me the money now. Victim 1, I'm getting it from Tubbs and them later on in like 2 to 3 hours. They gon' let me borrow some money. Henley, matter fact, I'ma have my niece NM to come and get it. 117 Later in the call, Victim 1 and Henley discussed various business details related to booking the event at the 63. Case 2:25 MJ01494 Duty Document 1 filed March 17, 25 page 65 of 107 page ID hashtag 65. Club and the revenue victim 2 was expected to earn from the event. Henley described his expectations for the event and said, there were going to be 5,600 in this.
So when Wack was speaking on certain shit, oh shit, I almost dropped my water. So when Wack was speaking on certain shit, you know, on the podcast with Loose Cannon pointing out certain shit, like with Gilly and the Gilly and Wallow thing and this and that, man, he was getting fed shit from the feds to throw out there, bro. This nigga was working, bro. He was working. Nasty work.
This motherfucker.
Real quick, salute to everybody that's in the chat, everybody that's pulling up to the live. I appreciate the love. I really, 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 really do. My interpreter boy, he trying real hard to say them cuss words though. Salute to whoever this program guy is, but that nigga boy, he trying hard to say them cuss words. But anyway, man, we're gonna get back to the content, man. But yeah, man, I just want to say I appreciate y'all for real, man. The ones who really, really rock with me, be commenting in my comment section, man, showing me love, man. It ain't just about, you know, putting out content. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of love and respect there, because we human beings at the end of the day. You know, these people like to put us in a box. We got to stop letting them do that. You know what I'm saying? We family, we people, blood or not. You know? And the ones who don't want to rock with it, the ones who choose to go, go astray, let them go astray. But we need more fellowship. We need more solidarity amongst our people. This is a moment that, this is gonna show us really what we made of. Cause he was a huge figure in LA. Big you like he said, man, if you want to sell something, you had to say Big U. You wanted to come do something in LA, you had to come see Big U. But through all the bad that they alleging that this man did, he also did a lot of good for the community. He kept the crime rate 100% was down, way down than what it was before. And they of course they're not gonna speak to that in this indictment, but those that live in LA and around the surrounding areas or have knowledge of, they know that the crime rate down 30-40% of, if I'm not mistaken, maybe even more. But my point is, man, he was for a lot of people. He was the foundation. He was the glue, and they wanted to dismantle that. And as right now, they the operation paid off. It worked, but it's not over. I'm almost positive that he has a plan B in place to keep things afloat. But it's gonna be tough, man. That's why I say we all gotta stick together, man. We gotta get back to loving each other and showing each other love and appreciation for one another. Stop with all this hate, man. We go centuries and centuries of us just hating each other, not knowing each other, or hating on each other. Doing grimy shit to one another. We gotta at some point we got to stop. And you around my age, man, then you know that the younger generation is the one who had a stick now. We passed the stick to them. It's our job to make the road that they got to walk down and go down a lot more smoother, and also show them how to do that. If we my age out here talking about hate and division and drama and what you think they gonna do? What you think you know what I mean? It's monkey see, monkey do. Copy, paste, repeat. Copy, paste, repeat. We got to stop that. We need more elderly, young, elderly, old elderly to speak up. I mean, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s. Because it's a lot of division being out here being manufactured. See, this is manufactured division. This is what we call manufactured division. We can't stand for this shit, man. But listening to these transcripts, boy, got me like spinning. Damn, I feel bad for Big U. Let's get back to it.
Motherfucker that's going to be pulling up, and if we got to tear that motherfucker up, we going to tear it up.
Oh, you don't see it? It should be right there on the screen. Let me press play and go.
So be ready for that. Be ready for that. Bring me my money.
You don't see the cash out?
23. 118 the night of December 2nd, 2021, Henley, Robinson, Martin, and countless Big U Enterprise associates showed up to Deja Vu. Wiz Khalifa, T.I., and the other promised guests did not arrive as promised.
Yeah, that's it right there.
Victim 1 watched as Robinson, Martin, and 3 other associates took Victim 2 into a back room and extorted $30,000 from him before returning to the main room to
Michael Blind
party. Not only had they demanded a flat payment of $30,000 but also 30% of all proceeds from the party that night was Advertised as going to developing options.
My Cash App is at the top of the screen.
Transportation of individuals in interstate commerce with intent that the individuals engage in prostitution in violation of the Mann Act and as racketeering activity. 119 In November 2022, Henley paid Affledge $1,000 to transport 3 women from the Central District of California to Las Vegas, Nevada, to engage in prostitution and other crimes. Under Nevada law, i.e., pandering, in violation of Nevada Revised Statutes Section 201.300, and prostitution outside of licensed house of prostitution, in violation of Nevada Revised Statutes Section 201.353. 23 Based on my training, experience, and participation in this investigation, I know that 6OS is a reference to Rollins 60s members. 64. Case 2:25 MJ01494 Duty Document 1 filed March 17, 25 page 66 of 107 page ID hashtag 66. 120 During the Title III wiretap, the FBI intercepted calls and text messages between Henley and Affledge. Those communications include a call between Henley, Affledge, and an unidentified male when Henley talked about a Vegas trip and told the man on the phone with them that Affledge go and make every bitch get naked right there, bitch get naked.
Get naked
Give my
right.
brother
I'm naked right now.
some head right now and she go and make a bitch breakdown. Go to work.
I put the message
Ain't
and
no
I
playin' dot.
pinned it at the top, y'all.
121 Following
I'm
the
figuring this shit
intercepted
out.
communications,
Lamb.
investigators interviewed Affledge in June 2023 at her residence. In the interview, although
I'm learning how to work this shit, man. I pinned it. I'm learning, baby. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm old, but we ain't out. Down, but I ain't out. I look young. I know I be talking that old shit. I know I be talking that old shit because, you know, I am. I act my age. Salute the big you. You know what I'm saying? Because when he said that, I felt that in my soul, but yeah, I don't look it. Except for, you know, a few little gray hairs here and there, but I don't look 43. But I love it, though. I embrace it, baby. You dig? Man, I was going to bring myself, but I ain't even going to do y'all like that. Let's get back to the content.
initially denied her involvement with pimping and pandering, Affledge ultimately admitted to
Niggas out
promoting
here pimping and
prostitution,
pandering?
noting she was known for bringing the hose. Affledge said that she did not consider herself a pimp, but created environments for women to do actions and make money. Affledge told Lamp she provided Henley with women as long as they were paid. That representation is corroborated by a series of—
Man, that's like getting some strippers, bro. What are we doing? What are we talking about? Damn, man, I ain't no different than nigga having a bachelor party or some shit and getting some ladies of the night, pay them a few dollars. You know what I'm saying? Come do a little stripping, a little something, man. Damn, man, they making this shit hard on a nigga out here, man.
series of intercepted calls from January 2023, when Affledge said she was bringing 7 women to Henley and, after which, Henley talked to Affledge and others about her being upset when they do not get paid right away. According to Affledge, she told her women, cash before smash. 122 When investigators confronted her with an intercepted call between her and Henley on November 10, 2022, which is discussed below, Affledge confirmed receiving a Zelle payment of $1,000 from Henley. She advised that the $1,000 payment was for her to close her food truck, accompany him to Las Vegas to cook. 65. Case 2:25 MJ01494 Duty Document 1 filed March 17, 25 page 67 of 107 page ID hashtag 67. Food, and transport the women with her. The is corroborated by the intercepted messages and phone calls. At the end of the trip, on November 18, 2022, Henley sent Affleck a $500 payment. On Zelle 123 at the interview, Lampf investigators requested that Affleck meet them the following day at the FBI Los Angeles field office to download the contents of her cell phone. Affleck was advised not to speak with Henley or anyone else about the interview. 124 However, subsequent intercepted communications between Henley and others, including Affleck, showed that after Affleck's interview, she met with Henley and other Big U Enterprise associates to discuss her interaction with law enforcement. Those calls started right after the interview, with an associate calling Henley demanding to talk to him immediately about him and money, Affleck. On that call, Henley made sure that the caller kept Affleck where she was at, so that Henley could meet up with her about it. The next day, Henley and Affleck talked on the phone about what happened yesterday, i.e., the day of her interview with Lampf and the day she apparently met up with Henley. Affleck asked Henley if he was okay and complained that they, presumably law enforcement, were just trying to paint a picture. 125 Affleck did not meet at the FBI Los Angeles field office the day after her interview with Lampf, as she had agreed to do, and has not otherwise cooperated with law enforcement since meeting with Henley following her interview. 66. Case 2:25 MJ01494 Duty Document 1 filed March 17, 25 page 68 of 107 page ID hashtag 68. 126 On other later intercepted calls, Henley complained to associates about Lampf's meeting with Affleck. For example, on June 29, 2023, an associate asked Henley if he received the photograph of the business card investigators left her 3 days earlier when they interviewed the caller about Henley, and told him they had asked.
Do y'all think Loose Cannon, he's telling now? Y'all think he's working? I mean, we already knew he was working, but you think he in there telling now? Because when he first got locked up, he was talking about, man, I don't want to see nobody locked up, man. I'm gonna make some hats and some shirts, sweetie. And that proceeds for everybody, the money gonna go to everybody and to everybody and to everybody. And then, boom, he did a 360 flip after his girl was getting busy on the phone with him. That was disrespectful. Sharice, you should be ashamed of yourself, girl. But you did sound good. I ain't even gonna lie. I hope my wife don't hear me say that, man, because I'm gonna get in trouble. But I ain't gonna lie. It sounded good. But that was out of pocket. That was out of line. Compton Rick Rock said he gonna have to come see you about that one day. But I'm saying, though, the energy was different, though, after that. Like, maybe they came and talked to him and said, man, here's a script. You want us to knock some years off, man. That's what I'm going to need you to continue to say. Because he can't be that damn stupid. He is talking about Loose Kid. But I don't know, bro. Like, why is he talking? Like, it's not out. So, just in case this runs across their desk, I'm not saying you can't call and talk on the phone. But you cannot be talking about your case, an open case. That's just dumb. Dumb as shit. The only way you would do something like that is if you know that you good no matter what. Are you just stupid?
Asked about $95,000 she had deposited in her bank account per Henley's instructions. Unprompted, Henley told her they approached a woman he was having sex with, Affleck, and talked to her about how Henley was trying to buy girls and be a pimp. Henley said he was stressed out and that his lawyer told him to stay off the phone. 127. The next day, on June 30, 2023, Henley told another caller that investigators had told Affleck that she was going to be charged with sex trafficking based on a recording they had of Henley telling one of his partners that Affleck can find girls when they want to go out of town. Henley said, "Shit, so you gonna get me and say my crime is sending girls money for sex? Is that my crime? Adult girls too. You hear me? It's not like it's some kids. Not like it's a boy. We're talking about grown ass women. H.
He did not
Fraud
listen,
in violation
bro.
of federal wire fraud and bank fraud statutes and as racketeering activity. 1. Economic Injury Disaster Loan Program Fraud. 128 through Unique Music, Henley, on behalf of the Big U enterprise and the entities it controls, also committed fraud intended for COVID-19 pandemic-related disasters. According to Secretary of State filings for Unique Music, Henley is its CEO. 67. Case 2:25 MJ01494 Duty Document 1 filed March 17, 25 page 69
Hot
of
as hell, bro.
107 page ID hashtag 69.
Man, he knew, like, bro, his phones was hot as hell. Man, this shit gonna be hard, bro. I don't know. I don't know, bro. Because I don't want to say what we all already thinking. I guess we use this as a teachable moment, younger generation. Look, always and automatically assume that someone is recording you, no matter what. Live your life that way. Live your life in the matter that you assume that somebody is watching you, recording you. I'm not saying to be paranoid. I'm saying so you don't make mistakes, like talking about something over these airways, about something you ain't supposed to be talking about, when you can go talk to that said person in person. But even then, you don't even know if these people these be family members, friends, close associates who then turn rat, wired for sound. You don't even know it. So I guess the biggest lesson is, man, it ain't worth it. Whatever the crime I done been in tricky situations in my younger day. You know that rent due. You know, you working, but the money ain't enough. You know, you gotta bust a bitch, or your ass gonna, be homeless, or run into the possibility of being homeless. So you gotta figure. I get it. But man, if you do what you do and you ain't successful, you know where you gonna be sitting at. And God did not bless you with the life that you have for you to be sitting in these people's cages. Because the skin tone, your melanin skin tone, go ahead and tax 10 more years on top of you, whatever crime you did. And that's how they looking at you. This is my thing. And then what page we at? 68. I think we're gonna finish this tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Because I done been on for over an hour now. What I was gonna say about Big U. Yeah. So I can see if he was a fugitive, like they said he was a fugitive when it first started. They said he was a fugitive, but because he wasn't home. So they got to try to assassinate his character. Got to make him the most villainous they could. But then he turns himself. Hold on, man. I'm gonna play this and I'll come back to that point.
69. He also controlled a business checking account in the name of Unique Music Entertainment Incorporated with Bank of America, the Unique Music account. In 2020, Henley defrauded the SBA of a $90,000 loan through the unique music account under the Economic Injury Disaster Loan, EIDL, program. 129 The SBA administered EIDL to provide low-interest financing to small businesses affected by declared disasters. In or about March 2020, Congress passed the Coronavirus Aid, Relief, and Economic Security, CARES, Act, which authorized.
So let me say this real quick, right? My bad. My family just got here with groceries and food, but so they wanted to paint him as a fugitive, but he really wasn't a fugitive because he just wasn't where they wanted him to be. So he gets the word that they own him. He turns himself in. 100% turns himself in, surrenders himself. So he's not a flight risk. I don't care how severe the charges are. He knew what the charges were on his way to turn himself in. He's seen the whole incident. He's seen the whole complaint. If he was going to run and turn, he was going to run, it was going to be then. But he turned himself in. I'm saying this because we need the people to be in these people's chat, man, at the courthouse. Saying, man, give that man bail. Give him the right to fight a fair trial free. Straight up. Like, there should be no need to deny him a bail. He's not a flight risk. He turned himself in. He has assets to put up that are very valuable and worth something. That he's not just trying to lose to run. Get that man bail. Stop denying him bail. Give him the right for a fair trial. With an opportunity to really have a decent defense. Adequate legal assistance. Not what he will get behind bars with limited time and access to talk to his attorney to work on the strategy to go at this case. Like, I really, that shit really does, it doesn't make sense to me, man. That's been bothering me this whole entire time. Like, why are they denying him bail? Like that, why is that a standard? If he can afford to bail, give that man bail. Give him bail. They get away with shit like that because we don't be making enough noise about it. Wherever he at, people need to be blowing that phone up, asking him, why are y'all not giving him bail? He's innocent until proven guilty. I don't care what the documents say. That is on the burden. That burden is on the prosecution to prove their case. We have not got to that point yet. Why is that man not being able to bail out? If he was going to run, he wouldn't have turned himself in, and that's a fact. He said before he turned himself in, I have nothing to hide. Give him the benefit of the doubt. Y'all the FBI. If he did try to run, y'all track his ass down in 3.5 minutes. So what is the problem with not giving that man bail? That should be the sounding board every day until they give him bail. Him and his family saying it is not going to be enough, people. I'm going to do my part. And I'm going to do my calling and my bugging tomorrow. But we need people on them phones. If you an emailer, sending them emails to the clerk, to the county clerk, find her. I don't know the exact place that we need to be hidden, but we can Google that and find that out. But the point is, they phones need to be lit the fuck up until they give him bail. That shit is disgusting. Y'all hitting with all these trumped up ass charges. Y'all entrapped the man. Just disrespected him, violated him in front of the world. Treated him like he was convicted of murder or convicted on all these charges just to say it's a complaint. Embarrassed him and his family. His son is in the NFL. How you think that organization is looking at him right now? If he gonna be gone for the rest of his life, at least give him the opportunity to be free to fight for his life. Shit is foul. Give that man bail. There's nothing that says that he should not get bail. There's no reason that he should be denied bail. If it's like that, then why do y'all even offer it? What the F is the criteria for someone to get bail? In the feds. Don't care about it being damn near impossible. This man is fighting for his life. He get convicted on any of these, he gone. So give him the opportunity to fight it on fair ground. He ain't no flight risk, and even if he was, y'all wouldn't let him get away anyway. He's not a harm to society. He's not a harm to his neighborhood. Y'all already surveilling him. So y'all don't have to do that there. Put the ankle bracelet on him. Limited his movement. And let him fight his case. Bruh. Yeah, I'm gonna get up out of here, man. I've been on here long enough, man. I'm just talking to y'all how I be talking to the family when we talking about this shit. But I'm gonna leave it right here. We at page 69. Ain't that crazy? That's so ironic. 69. Salute to my man. I don't know if he said a cash app, but just even thinking about me, man. I appreciate you, bro. D Twins, of course, I appreciate you. Vuletan, I appreciate you. Michael Hawkins, my man. Oh, you did send it. Hey, Bass, look and see if we got a cash app. That's my daughter's cash app, by the way. I don't personally do cash app, but she do. Salute to my man Sherm, man. Appreciate you. Everybody had pulled up Savage Astro. $20. Yep, it's there. Hey, thank you, brother. I appreciate you, man. Real talk, man. I really do. I really, really do. 'Cause I don't be doing too much, man. So that right there is why I say I pay it forward. Yep. That's why, pay it forward Monday. That's why I said that. I invented that. Yep. That's why I invented that. And I bring that up on Mondays. Because I think that's something that we should add into our life. Doing something for somebody else without somebody having to ask you to do it. Show love, some appreciation just for life. So much negative shit that go on in the world, man. Sometimes it's good to hear something positive and do something positive. Lift your spirits. Y'all know this. That's why I don't like to do these type of conversations, because it's like I'm preaching, but y'all know this. A lot of things, what's understood don't need to be explained. Thank you, boo. What's understood don't need to be explained, man. We know. Especially those that had their mom and their daddy and their granny in their life. Y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. But I'm going to get out of here, man. I appreciate you. We on 69. I'm gonna do a video in the morning, and then after that I'm gonna go live, and then we're gonna finish this up. I want to hear every word that's in these transcripts. But like the title says, Wack, you on borrowed time, brother. According to Turtle, And Mars, that situation that happened at No Jumper, you should have did more to prevent that, brother. That's a play that backfired. Oops. Hey, man, I love y'all, man. I appreciate y'all, man. Let me get up out of here while my fries are getting cold. Nothing but love to y'all, man. Salute to everybody out there, man. I'll talk